Hello, I'm Seerat, and today I'm here to discuss that what data is actually needed to build an attribution solution. So, the first thing that we need to understand is data is the most crucial part for building an attribution solution because based on data, we build our strategies and we take our decisions. So, the first thing that we need is web analytics data. Now, GA has its own attribution section because it has all the analytics data, right? So, we can use this data in different ways, like we discussed. We can use it to take decisions, make strategies, or to even build an attribution solution. Now, it is important for us to understand that what granularity of data do we need? Like, what is the level of detail that we are looking for? So, what is meant by that? So, what we're trying to say here is that are we able to receive the data that we need? Let's say that we are recording events, right? So, are we able to record the event up to that level that we require for our organization or not? So, are we getting enough details or not? So, let's say a consumer visits our website, right? So, are we able to see a visit and things within that visit? Are we able to see the page view and the URL of the page that was viewed? And on that page, are we able to observe what JS events were fired or what were the DOM changes? So it totally depends on the scenario that we are working in. That what is the detail that we are looking for? Are we satisfied by just the user visit or we want the detail to the DOM change level? So are these changes able to tell us the change in the decision making of a consumer? And as a business or an organization, are we able to see different things happening on the website, like all the interactions, whether a menu bar is navigated, and all these things? So, like I said, that we as an organization need to decide that what is the detail that we are looking for. We might be interested in like what is the device that our consumer is using and what is the location from which our consumer is accessing the website. So there can be different cases as per our scenario. So we have to understand that are we getting the data that we need and that we want to take decisions for the company, right? Now, another important thing about data is segmentation and grouping. So we have various types of conversions. First, we have macro conversion, then we have micro conversion. So macro conversion are basically the primary conversion of the website. They have the monetary aspects to the organization. Basically, these are the sales or the leads that are generated. So at macro conversion, the journey of the user finishes, right? It marks the end of the user journey. So on the other hand, micro conversion is something that is ignored. But a single brand can have up to 50 to 100 different micro conversions. So let's take an example of e-commerce to understand both macro and micro conversion. So if a user bought a product, so that is a macro conversion. And if we want to understand what product was bought, what was the SKU, and all the other details, then we should make sure that we are collecting that data. Now, before the product was actually bought, there were a number of things that contributed. So, micro conversion are all these things that contribute to a macro conversion, right? So, the user viewed the category page, and let's say the user selected a product. So, user viewed the product page, and then the user clicked the add to cart button and visited the cart. Then the user came back, viewed another product, add that to the cart, and then finally he purchased both the items that was there in the cart. So all of these are micro conversions that led to a macro conversion, right? Now we need to see the value that each micro conversion has with context to the full journey of the user, which leads to a conversion. So we can trigger micro conversion before a macro conversion happens at every single stage of purchase. One thing to see here is that we explain the process of a conversion or a sale as a mixture of micro and macro conversion, right? Like the user came to the website, made some micro conversions, then purchased a product and made a macro conversion. But that is not usually the case. So if we look at this diagram, the journey of conversion is not just limited to a single visit. So it is typically multiple visits, multiple micro conversions, and then a macro conversion. So there can be multiple page views, multiple event triggerings throughout the process. We are interested in understanding not only what is happening on the website, but also what is happening outside the website, right? So let's say that if we are running some lead activities, right? So as we can see in this image, there are some impressions. So even before the user actually visited the website, the impressions are there. So maybe the user saw an ad for the website or any such thing. So we have to put impressions in context with the rest of the journey. We need to tell the model that it should understand the value that each impression holds for the individual, right? So here we see that first there were impressions right here before even entering the website, before even the first visit. Then there was a visit two, then there was some more impressions, then again a visit, and then finally the fourth visit lead to a conversion. So it is an entire process. It is not just collection of micro and macro conversions, but it's a process, right? So through attribution, we can understand ROI that we are getting on our ads, right? So we can get, for that, we can get marketing cost data using APIs. So we can use Google Ad APIs or double click API to align the cost to the interaction. So Google Ads have an identifier which basically tracks all the clicks on the web, and it kind of help us to trace it back to our website, whereas it is not so easy with other platforms. Now, if we are using SEO, then we have a problem with us. So it is not easy to calculate the cost associated with SEO, as there is no direct cost associated. There can be creative production cost and agency cost. So what do we do? Let's say that we have given $10,000 to our agency, right? So we take that and divide this equally across the interaction. So we got our data from API, we got it from SEO. Then another place to get the data is from affiliate network. When a conversion happens on affiliate network, commission is tend to be calculated against the final visit which can be the conversion visit also. So we need to understand that which visit in the user journey is the affiliate visit, right? So we discussed that how do we calculate, like how do we gather data from across the web. We are concerned of the things happening outside the website also, like impressions and lead activities, SEO and affiliate network. So the challenge with attribution is that a lot of data needs to be calculated. So sometimes it can be expensive and not so easy. We need to get all the data together, make sure that it makes sense and it is useful for our model. Thank you.